all have a phenomenal leader. I mean, one of the most servant leaders and one of the best traders I've ever met, including Luke and obviously Ray Robinson. So it's really exciting that we have this call right now. Well, give me 1 second. There you go. You hear me now? Yeah, it wouldn't let me. Okay, guys. So I'm going to cover something very quick and simple. All right. It is called something that I call boiling rooms. Some people call it blitz. Some people call it just, you know, the Wolf of Wall Street room. And it's something that's really taken my business and how I've been able to hit chairman in about 3 months. How we've had Julian Kushner and Jonathan Lopez, you know, go chairman 50 in about 6 to 7 months. And it's something so simple, yet it's so looked up after. And I want you guys to understand, write this down. And this is something you guys are going to be doing every single day with your teams. It's called, write it down, boiling room. And what a boiling room is, no matter if you have 2 people, 10 people, 15 people, 30 people, what you do is you group your team together. And what I've always mastered in this industry, I've been in the industry for 5 years, I love offline marketing. To me, belly-to-belly business. To me, home event to home event to home event to home event to, you know, regional to regional to then convention. To me, that's how I built my business. That's how I got mentored throughout this industry. So I am all for offline marketing. And when it comes to offline marketing, to create this momentum, this spark, you guys need to understand that boiler rooms are crucial because it's going to create that catalyst of momentum in your business. I went to Canada to a brand new city. We just had a couple P150s, and we turned about 6 to 7 people in 12 days to over 100 people in a matter of 12 days. I then taught this to John Lagaretta. He went to Atlanta. A couple people turned to 50. Scotty did the exact same model that I'm about to teach you guys and went chairman 10 at the age of 20 years old. So it's very simple. Boiler rooms, what it stands for is in an hour span, you and your team are going to get together and you guys are going to go all out massive blitz. And what that means is you guys are all going to invite together. Now, if you've never done this before, what I would do is obviously get back to whoever got you started, any upline leader or, you know, chairman position to teach you how to master the invite. Okay. If you're here in Miami, we all know we have events every Tuesday, but to see momentum and to really kickstart your business, you need to be working every day to invite to an event at the end of the day. So when I was in Canada, every single day, I had a boiling room at 1. Every single day, I invited for a boiling room at 1. Whether 2 people showed up, I know people work and go to school, whether people show up, whether 1 person showed up, whether 15 people showed up, whether 50 people showed up, everybody got to that 1 p.m. boiling room. Now, what's the point of the boiling room? Why can't people just go home and invite? It creates competition. They're going to be with you, the leader, and you're going to be able to teach them exactly how to invite. Because look, when it comes to inviting over the phone gets really heavy. Let's just be honest. When you don't know how to invite or you're calling your friends and family, the phone gets heavy. People get nervous. People don't know exactly what to say. You might be practicing and read the script and have it in front of you. But when you pick up that phone, it's a whole nother game. It's like trading demo and then going live, right? It's like the same exact feeling. So what I do before we even get to the boiling room is I make sure people have their list of at least 100 names and phone numbers on a piece of paper or pad, all right? Then before we even do the boiling room, I master to teach them the invite. So I would sit down with Spila or Ray or Cam or whoever, and I would be like, hey, look, this is the script that we're using. I want you to role play with me for the next 15 minutes with different names. And I'm going to throw curveballs at you. So when I'm teaching you how to invite, you're inviting me, you're prepared and equipped. In this business, you want to equip your people, your leaders, your people that are building in this industry. So equipping them is the best way for them to understand what's about to happen. So it's very, very, very simple. You're going to first then get them on the call, and you're going to pretend back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So a script I use, and you guys have six-figure traders, even chairman, I make it very, very simple, okay? For example, hey, Jake, what's going on? Hey, not much. What are you doing tonight at 8 p.m.? First thing is I'm busy. You got to be busy on these phone calls because people respect people that are busy, okay? When your mom calls, your boss calls, and you go, hey, listen, I'm about to jump into a meeting, but I need to tell you something. People get really close to that cell phone. That's how people are going to get when you let them know you're busy. So when you call them, first thing is let them know you're in a hurry. So, hey, how's it going, Jimmy? Hey, listen, I only got about a minute. I'm about to jump into a meeting. I'm about to jump into a conference call. I'm about to jump into an elevator. People are going to respect people psychologically that don't have much time. Second step is I clear their schedule. Every single day, you guys should be having a meeting at 8 p.m., whether it's with 5, 10, 500, or even one person. Always invite to an 8 p.m. event, all right? So then I show them the script. Hey, listen, what are you doing tonight at 8 p.m.? I'm free. Look, at 8 p.m., he's going to be asking why. What's going on at 8 p.m.? Listen, I have my business partners. My business partners are here in Miami only for a night. They have made multiple six figures trading Forex and crypto, and I thought of you because blank. Hey, look, I know you've always hit me up and want to learn how to trade. Hey, no, you've always been, you've always wanted an extra income stream. Hey, listen, I know you've wanted to buy this car. That's the blank. You know everyone's why. If you're calling them and they're your warm market, you know exactly why they would benefit from this. Does that make sense? So when you invite them, you use that. So, hey, listen, I have a couple business partners that are flying in or here in Miami. You could edify Spila, you could edify Ray, you could edify a P5000, P2000. These individuals are teaching me how to trade crypto and Forex. And listen, I thought of you because there's a blank. And then after that, I transition and I go, listen, I could send you the address, or do you want me to pick you up? There is no giving people an option. When you go buy a car, you're either leasing or buying. You guys understand that? When you're buying a home, the real estate agent goes, do you want to buy or rent? You guys understand that? So when you're inviting people, what I strongly recommend is have a backbone and posture. Energy is always flowing on these calls. But if you're picking up Jimmy, you're calling Jimmy and you go, hey, Jimmy, what's going on, man? Yeah, dude, I'm busy at 6. People aren't going to feel that energy. Something I always got taught by my mentors, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. Okay? So if you're at least excited, they're going to come to that event at 8 p.m. So I do that script. You're in a hurry. You clear the schedule. You say that script. And the option to transition is obviously, do you want me to pick you up or send you the address? These guys are only here for one night. Hey, listen, I only have this block with my mentor at 8 p.m. I thought of you. You need to be here. Can I count on you? That's how simple it is. Look, when I started this industry at 17, I had no mentor. I didn't have a Spila. I didn't have a Ray. I didn't have a system. I didn't have the leadership calls. What did I do? I put 8 people in my Toyota Corolla my first day in network marketing. That's what I was. I was the bus. Look, if you're starting out in this business, you're going to have to understand you're going to need to invest in your business. So if it means driving to every single person's house to pick them up and bring them to the meeting, then do it. Because it's the best way to get someone there. Because some people, humans are humans. Hey, my cat died. I got a flat. You guys have heard every excuse in the book, right? So get to the front of their house. If you know the meeting's at 8, hey, I'm going to be at your house at 7:15. Be ready. Click. And that's it. Posture, energy, backbone. Like that's what the calls are. So if you need to drink 3 Cuban coffees and 5 Red Bulls before the call, do it. Because this is the energy you guys need to have on this call. And you guys as leaders, when you're doing these boy rooms, it's energy. It's always energy. Because if I'm calling, I'm doing these calls, I get 3 invites confirmed, Spila is going to be like, wait, Nick just got 3 invites. This script works. The belief is going to obviously go up. And then I'm going to go, hey, if I do the same thing, maybe I get 1 invite. And then everyone around is going to be like, wait, Spila just got an invite. Nick just got another one. Ray then got an invite. And competition, we're human beings at the end of the day. So what I do in these boy rooms is I create a competition for what? for a surprise. What do I mean by that? Maybe whoever gets the most confirmed invites that show up to the event, I give them a personal sign up, or I take them to dinner, or I give them a one-on-one mentorship at my condo. Whatever the case is, I create an incentive for people to go out there and obviously want it more. Who wants it more? So usually when I did in Canada, I was giving away $50 US to whoever got the most confirmed invites. Here in Miami, they could come to my condo and they get an hour with Johnny and myself. Creating an incentive, because it makes people fired up. It makes people competition. And what I do is I put it on a whiteboard. For example, I got my whiteboard right here when I do the boiling rooms, and I put everyone's name down. Jack, Carlos, Maggie, you know, whoever. And what I do is then make a tally, like a fraction. So in the bottom of the fraction, it says 10, because everybody can't leave the boiling room without having 10 confirmed invites. That's the goal. So if you have 3 people at the boiling room, 30 people are showing up tonight. You guys understand that? Stretch. You got to stretch the belief. You got to stretch the mindset. People are like, oh, I already got 2 invites. The truth is, if you invite 6 people, 1 will show up. It's just the truth. So if you know those numbers, you're probably going to have to call 12 people and get 12 confirmed invites for 2 to show up. Look, I'm not that good at math, but there's a law of average. And it just means that if you do something over and over and over and over and over again, you're going to become better at it. So as you guys are inviting, your numbers are going to get better. Your numbers are going to get better. Your numbers are going to get better. Maybe out of 6, 1 shows up, and out of 6, 2 show up. So in these boiler room guys, it's an hour. Knock out as many calls as you want at 8 p.m. But then in between, from 2 to 8, schedule all the one-on-ones you can. Because sometimes you're going to get, hey, you know, Spila, I'm busy at 8. I can't show up. I can't. Cool. What are you doing at 4 p.m. then? Oh, I'm free. Okay, awesome. Give them the same thing to show up at 4. Because we have 6 hours in between of no productivity. Why wait till 8 when we could present at 4 on that one-on-one? Does that make sense? And then that person at 4 signs up and could do the boiler room for 8. Look, I love quantum leaps. I love momentum. I have urgency. My team's running like clockwork, because the reason is they understand that every hour counts throughout the day. We don't just do a boiling room at 1, then have lunch, then do whatever, wait till 8, and then wait for everyone to show up at 8 and hope everyone shows up. No. If someone tells me they're busy at 8, I then reschedule them for either 4, 5, 6, or 7. Because at the time you're doing these one-on-ones, you could then sign them up and run a boiling room on the spot for them to invite at 8. Listen, I have people come into my team, personals, that the same day they get in, they have their 2 minutes free. Like if they show up to my condo, they can't leave without being 2 and free. That's the mindset I have. That's how I have my people work. That's how, look, if you guys as leaders, and I think the call's P150 and above, if I'm not mistaken, you guys need to embed this on people. Because if you're the leader, they'll only run as fast as you. So if you think 2 minutes free is in a week, they're going to believe it's in a week. They don't know any better. You guys understand? It's like when you're up on stage and they're speaking. If you say the sky's purple, it's purple. You're on stage. You're the man, right? But when you sign these people up and you tell them, hey, look, 2 minutes free is done in 1 day. Like that's just a standard. It's normal. They're going to be like, okay, it's just normal. And they're going to do it. But if they think 2 minutes free is a week thing, a month thing, look, in my team, 2 minutes free should be done in the first day. P600 is a week thing. In 30 days, you should be a P1000. If not, it's like abnormal. Like it's like, wait, what? Because we know this works. Just in my organization, I have over 40 P1000s. Over 40. But it's all because everything's embedded in their mind that it's 2 minutes free in a day, P600 in a week, P1000 is a 30-day thing. Look, whatever is out there, whatever people believe outside and other teams, let them believe. But you guys are the leaders that set the standard. When you set the standard that chairman should be in 6 months, it's the standard. That's it. So leading up to all these one-on-ones, leading up to all these events, once you have your event at 8 p.m., do your meeting right after. Run a quick start training right after. Forex basics, that's what we do. We teach them the basics of Forex. And then if they're building, if they're going to build, Then we run a launch, which is the why, list, goals, and the invite. And then guess what I do with those people that signed up at 8 p.m.? I book a meeting, bam, fam, book a meeting from a meeting. Hey, what are you doing tomorrow at 1 p.m.? He just got started. He just got started. The guy at 8 p.m. just got started. His name is Jake. Jake, what are you doing tomorrow at 1 p.m.? Oh, I'm free. Okay, cool. We're doing a boiling room. I'm going to see you at John's house, okay? That's it. Because now he's going to show up and do the boiling room. This is fresh blood. You want momentum in your business constantly. A lot of you guys feel plateaued, stuck in your business. You're stuck at P6, you're stuck at P1, you're stuck at P1000. You got to look at your production at the end of the day. If you know today, Friday, you did absolutely nothing but one meeting, guys, you could have ran at least 12 one-on-ones. Every hour should be a one-on-one. If it's not a one-on-one, it should be a training. If it's not a training, it should be a trading session. That's how I view it. Every hour should count. A lot of us ask us, how do you guys hit rank so quick? It's because we got a firecracker in our butthole. Like, it's just at the end of the day, that's just how it is. You know, we like to run quick. You know, if you guys see my history in network marketing, it's a 3-month thing. To me, 6 figures, if you've been in this, it's a 3-month thing. Like, there's no question, any doubt about it. It's just belief. And that goes down to you guys leaders. You got to believe it. Like, some of you guys say it, but you don't believe it. So if you start embedding this in leaders, if you start embedding this into your new people, it's just going to be the standard. It's just like high school and college. Everyone believes X, Y, and Z. Everyone believes, you know, what's put out there and what's been deep-rooted in people's minds for 40 years. It's the same thing with your leadership. People will run as fast as you guys. So I'm going to run through things one more time. 1 p.m. boiling room, one-on-ones all throughout to 8 p.m., event at 8 p.m., quick start and launch at 9 p.m., and then right away, I do the same thing all over again the next day at 1 p.m. And that's what I did for 12 straight days in Canada. And we put 100 new people. 4 P1000s, no, it was, excuse me, 2 P1000s, 3 P600s, I forgot the numbers exactly, and a lot of P150s. Because instantly, I made people go. It was go time. It was go time. It was go time. Like, you got to run. Some of us wait a whole week to invite to an event on Tuesday when I don't care if it's Friday night. There should be an event tonight at 8 p.m. My guys in FIU are doing it. My guys in Canada literally having an event on a Friday night. Maybe not all people don't show up, but they're still doing it. Does that make sense? So that's the mentality you guys need to have. Run every single day. And if you guys are stuck or feel flat or feel plateaued, do this and promise yourself you'll do this for 7 days and see the growth. If you're a Platinum 150 right now and you're like, geez, Nick, I only have 2 people on my team or only 3 builders or 1 builders, that's how it starts. That's just how it starts. My first boiling room in Canada had 3 people. That's it. It wasn't a lot of people. The next day, it turned into 7. The day after that, my boiling room was 14. Then 14 turned into 30. And yet numbers, it's a snowball. The snowball effect takes time for it to eventually get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. That's how momentum works. Look, my mentor always said, whatever you do today, you'll see 90 days from now. So if you're slacking off, your paycheck on Friday, your Paylution is going to show you. You can't lie to yourself at the end of the day. You can't, because Paylution 90 days from now is going to tell you. He's going to tell you what's up. So 90 days from now, you're going to know, we're going to know, yourself, you're going to know is if were you working or were you just talking about it? And that's it. So I run this all the time. When my leaders say, I'm stagnant, Nick, I'm not ranking, Nick, my team feels stuck, how many boiling rooms have you done this week? If they tell me 0, there's your answer. If no one is seeing growth, it's because they're not running boiling rooms. So if you guys have any questions about this, maybe your guys' invite scripts is a little different. Whatever's working already for you guys, do it. What I want you guys to embed in your mind is the mentality and the urgency of how we build. Because if you invite different, great. If you guys run different events, it doesn't matter. But it's the point of having a boiling room every day and creating urgency. When I get people on board, how much you want to make? They tell me $300. Cool, it's $1,000. We're gonna help you make $1,000 your first 30 days. How are we gonna do that? It's a P1000. You need 12, 12, 6. Cool, 12, 12, 6. Awesome. Okay, so this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna grab your list, and I'm gonna show you how to invite. And I go, and I go, and I go, because then I show them the script. We role play, and then I help them do it. And leaders, don't just walk away from your people. Don't just walk away from your people. When they're inviting, this is like major key right now. When they're inviting, listen to their every word they're saying, because this is when you're tweaking them to master the invite. You think because just you taught them and you role play, you could go off on your phone, do an Instagram, whatever. No. Now they're in the playing field. They're on the field. So when they're inviting and you caught something, first tell them, hey, you did really good at this, okay? But this is what we could tweak. More posture. Hey, don't ask what if, or hey, don't get stuck on if they ask you what it is. There's where you tweak. Then the second call that gets better. Hey, I really loved how you did this. Hit them with the positive thing. But hey, this is what you could do better. Tweak. Third time comes around, they're getting a little better. Tweak. Fourth time, they're running. Once they feel confident enough, they're going to knock out their 100-person list, and they're going to be like, Nick, I got 10 confirmed invites. Boom. So if you got 10 people, you should have a 100-person event that night. You don't need a flyer for it. Just do it. Like, too many people get stuck. You hear from Holton Bugs. People wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Like, have quantum leaps. If you guys are full-time in network marketing, this is what your day should look like. Boiling room at 1, one-on-one every hour on the hour, and then an event at 8. And that's it. That's literally it. So, Spiel, I don't know if you want me to cover anything else. If you guys have any other questions, it's very simple, and people think there's more to it, but it's simplicity. It's urgency. It's literally energy. When your team, when I went to Canada, people, their mouth dropped. Like, they were like, what the F? Because I got there, and you know what my first words to them when I got off the plane? I'm going to outsign you. That was my energy to them. And I did the first couple of days. I met, as crazy as it sounds, I was on Bumble Recruiter, and I signed up a girl. I met someone in the lobby, I signed them up. And I had someone contact me on IG story, and I signed them up. I had 3 signups in Canada, and I didn't even live there. And my team looked at me like I was crazy. That's the energy. That's the enthusiasm. That's how, like, you want your team to look at you like it's – everyone thinks Scotty is a madman. That's why he's Chairman 10. Scotty sold 300 tickets to an opportunity event. People are like, oh, wow, how do you hit it? Well, it's because he's crazy. He's so obsessed. He is so obsessed with his goals. And you hear it all the time. Well, how did Spiel get to chairman? We're obsessed. We're crazy. We're not doing this. We're full time. Like there is nothing else out there but this. You should know chairman is 200, 100. If you know if one person out of 6 people shows up, then hey, I'm going to need to call a lot of people for 10 to show up. It's just simple math. 60 people for 10 to show up. It's numbers, and just run it. So I don't know if you want me to cover anything else, Spilo. I'm going to throw it right back to you. If anyone has any questions, definitely just ask away, and I'll be happy to answer.
There's a question from Patricia. She said, what about the people that you're pushing to get lists from and they don't deliver, or say, I don't know anyone to invite?
Well, I sit next to them and I go, give me your phone. I pull out their contacts and I scroll and I go, who are these people? And why don't you guys? And they're going to be like, and then it's just like, well, why? And then I make them think. I go, do you think people will benefit from learning how to trade? I mean, Jackie, like you found this information valuable, right? Do you think your Uncle Jack and your best friend and your grandma would benefit from something like this? Like learning how to make more money? They're going to be like, okay, actually, yeah. It's all limiting belief. The only reason they won't give you a list is because they have limiting belief in themselves or the company. So you as a leader needs to create that belief in either that this company is what it says it is, or that this actually works. And that's why these boiling rooms are crucial. A boiling room, Kimberly, is pretty much when we all get together and trade. And I said trade, call. And we call. We all invite together. So sometimes I have them with 50 people, other times I have them with 3. It doesn't matter. It's just the act of all of us inviting together, creating urgency, creating pretty much competition to win that incentive or to win whatever it is that the leader there is giving out. No, so another question by Christian. So when you do this for 7 days in a row, are you supposed to call the same 100 people? Look, I'm going to be 100. I'm blunt with my leaders, my team. I'm going to be blunt with you guys. You all know more than 100. You can't look at me in the face and tell me you only know 100 people. Go on your MySpace, go on your Twitter, go on your Tinder matches, go on everything. Look, this is what my team does. You guys know at least 500 people. You're just too lazy to not put it on a piece of paper. That's it. And at the end of the day, those 100 people, okay, you're not going to get to all of them. Some people might not pick up. Some people might be busy. So you'll call you. That's why you have a list to stay organized. You ladies are good at this. You ladies are really good at this, staying organized. But us men, you invite so many people, you lose track and you're crazy. That's why you need a list. That's why you need to stay organized. That's why you need to know exactly who showed up. Did they say no? Maybe it's not now, it's later. Does that make sense? Let me see what approach with the newest person signing up to get them in the boiling room. If they only want to trade, let them trade. Look, I have so many customers in my organization. Let them do what they want to do. I just push one thing. Hey, wouldn't it make sense for it to be free? Like, Carlos, you came into this, you want to learn for free. Do you want to just waive the $145? If they tell you no, don't force them. But if they go, you know what? I think so. I ask them the question, who do you think would benefit from this? Who would, I'm not trying to make people feel silly or dumb, but it's just I put it in a way where it's just okay, it makes sense. Who do you think would benefit from wanting to make money? You know what I mean? Or who would want to learn how to have their money work for them? And they go, wait, okay, maybe my buddy Jack or Alex from college, or their mind starts firing if you ask questions. You don't give people answers. You give them the questions to answer their own question. Does that make sense? And that's something I learned. I don't give people answers. I want them to answer their own thought. And that's what asking the right questions does. So just let customers be customers. If they ever find the value of referring, then let them do it. If not, let them be customers. Do you do people that you don't know but Facebook call them? So look, this is what I do. If they're a cold market are people that I absolutely have no idea who they are. I just met them. Simple. First, you need to create trust. Look, the only reason people are even picking up your phone is because they trust you. So if it's a cold market, you guys need to understand that cold market, they don't know you. You probably met them on Facebook, you ran into them, whatever the case is. Your first step to approaching a stranger on Facebook or Instagram is creating relationships. We're in a people-to-people business. You are creating friendships, relationships. I always tell all my guys, hey, I want you to put yourself in this perspective. Would you want someone out of the blue to invite you that you haven't talked to in 6 years, yet he's pitching you an opportunity? How would you feel? Ask yourself that before you do it. How would you feel if Spieler called you, you haven't talked to him in 7 years, he didn't ask about your dog, he didn't ask about soccer, he didn't ask about how you've been. Hey, we're going to get rich. You know what I mean? People are going to be like, what? I haven't talked to her in this long, and this is the first conversation I get. It's relationships. It's a friendship. So for cold markets, for people that obviously, you haven't talked to in a while, create friendships. You want to create non-stop friendships, because then that's a way for you to really then get their number and eventually bring them into an invite. Any other questions?
Someone asked, what about people I tried to recruit on a previous opportunity and now they ask what happened to that thing?
Okay, so that's a good question. Look, I come and for that person asking that, can you clarify, was the previous opportunity also trading or was it just something else? Because look, I come from a previous company that was trading, okay? It was what IML, like they wish they were IML type stuff. You know what I mean? They didn't do too hot. We saw more red than blue. But anyways, anyways, for those of you guys that know, you know, okay. But anyways, if it was a trading company, what I would do is I'd just be so blunt with them. Like, hey, listen, like if they were in your team or you've recruited them in the past or they were in your organization, just be so transparent with them. Hey, listen, I know you know about that. Like, never go around the bush when there's confrontation. Like, when there's fights or there's any sort of, arguments, never go around it. Just attack it straight. Hey, listen, you probably think I'm calling you because of this thing in the past. But look, I linked up with some solid mentors, some solid people, and you can't miss out on this. This is completely different. Like, I know you know about the coffee and the this and the that, but listen, this, like, I'm serious. Like, look, Carlos, I know you trust me. We go way back. Use trust. Hey, I know you trust me. Look, as a friend, at least, just give me 20 minutes of your life to see this. Because trust me, it is nothing like what you think it is or what you thought it was before. It's always, I just attack the problem. I attack whatever they think right away. Hey, I hit them with it. Because if you go around, they're going to go around you. If you beat around the bush, so are they. So that's my best advice to all of you, because I'm a straight shooter. You got to be a straight shooter. We're talking business, right? This is business. Like, you just got to shoot very, very straight. Yeah, I mean, look, I want you guys to understand something. In my opinion, Spila, Ray, and Luke are one of the best Forex traders I have ever met. So you all can leverage expert traders. Look, if you've been in an opportunity like me with orange cans, okay, it was hard to tell my friends and family to get excited about some cans, some energy drinks. But if I call them about trading, how will they ever know that it's one of those things? How will they ever know it's network marketing? How will they ever know that? Okay? If I call them and, hey, listen, you need to meet, one of my mentors. She's in town. She just drove up here. Her name's Spilo. She's made multiple six figures in trading. And look, she's mentoring me. I thought of you because, bro, I know you're not doing too good financially. You've told me, but you need to be here. I told her a lot about you, and she expects you coming. So do you want me to pick you up or send you the address? Oh, you want me to pick you up? Okay, cool. I'm going to count on you, man. I'm going to see you at 7:15. I'm going to be at your door. Okay, bye. That's it. That's it. Look, network marketing, simple is better. Less is more. Less is always more. People try to complicate this and think there's some secret sauce. No. I've been doing this for the past 5 years, and I've hit a six-figure income in 3 different network marketing companies because this works. I'm telling you. So just apply this, and trust me, it does. So one more question. With this cold market, is this relationship over time in a couple days to weeks? Because I'm thinking of getting the numbers. Okay. You will know when you're a friend with somebody. At the end of the day, we just know. When you click with someone, I always try to find some similar type of topic. Like, if I'm talking to a football player, I'm going to talk about football, right? If I know this guy on Facebook, all he does is talk about cars, guess what I'm going to talk about? I'm going to talk about cars. If I know this person loves the Heat, I'm going to talk about Miami Heat, Miami Heat, Miami Heat, Miami Heat, until he feels enough trust and comfort to create a relationship. And then he's one day going to see your post, or he's going to ask you, hey, Ray, what is it you do? Oh, funny that you asked. Right? So that's how you go about things. Let them ask you. Let them ask you, or just keep building this relationship until you actually get their actual number and you invite them. And that's how I do it. And look, I'll be honest. Sometimes it takes days. Sometimes it takes weeks. My biggest leaders in network marketing took me months months for them to come in. But am I happy they came in? 100%. But it's all about creating these relationships that one day will be in your business. And that's why you create this pipeline of numbers, pipeline of friends, pipeline of individuals, acquaintances, and why you always got to be adding to your list. And if you're a chairman on this call, P5, P2, you should be signing people. You should be signing up more people than your own team. Point blank. I try to sign up somebody at least every day because it's wrong to me to tell my team something I'm not doing. I don't believe in that. So how can I tell you to do a bowling room if I'm not doing it? How can I tell you to invite if I'm not inviting? It doesn't correlate. There's no correlation there. So that's how I'll end it off. If you guys have any questions, drop them. If not, I'm going to get off this call and just know you all are with phenomenal leaders and traders, Spila, Ray, and Luke. Hats off to you all. And anything you all need, always feel free to reach out, all right?
Hey, thank you, Nick. We appreciate you again, guys. Nick is a servant leader being on here, dropped nuggets for you guys. So I hope you guys took notes. Thank you for hopping on, Nick. We really appreciate you. And those of you that are in Miami or will be in Miami, you'll get the opportunity to meet Nick. If not, hop on his crypto sessions. So thank you so much, Nick. You guys have a great night. And the last challenge I'm going to leave you guys with is for the next 7 days, starting tomorrow, do a boiler room for 7 days. If it's you, 2 people, 5 people, 10 people, do a boiler room. So that's my challenge to all of you. Keep track of it. You guys are on the chat. Say, hey, look, I'm doing a boiler room. Take a picture. It's just me. It's 3 people. It's 5 people. And go out there and challenge yourself for the next 7 days. Get uncomfortable because once you do it over and over and over and over again, it's going to grow your business, guys. So I'm going to start my boiler room. You guys start your boiler rooms. And I look forward to the progress and results you guys are going to see. I appreciate you guys all for coming on Friday night. We love you. Everyone have a great evening.